It's me, coming to you the least flattering way possible, under the worst lighting conditions you can imagine, just to give you a quick channel update. First, I am going to continue to make videos. It is not that kind of channel update, but my uploading schedule is going to get really sporadic in the next few weeks to maybe months, and I just wanted to let everybody know why. Long story short, I was laid off at the end of February. I work as an agile project manager in the IT industry. As those of you who may be in a similar position to me, you know that the tech space is next to impossible to find a job in right now. I've turned in hundreds of applications since the start of February, targeted with cover letters, really nice. I have secured 2 interviews, one of which I was hired for, but it's a part-time teaching job, doesn't pay the bills. And the other one, after 11 hours of conversation and 7 hours of travel, decided to go in a different direction with no feedback. So things are starting to look pretty bleak. I'm at the point where I have to make some massive changes in my personal life or I won't be able to eat. The house you see behind you is getting sold. I have to move. And I'm going to have to make some really big moves that I'm not quite sure what they are yet. And that will affect the uploading schedule. Now, to get away from the doom and gloom, what exactly does that mean moving forward? First, I am not entirely abandoning the C# Basics in Godot series. I promised in the last video in that series that I was going to have a project for us all to start to work through. It worked in my head, and then as I sat down to develop it, I realized that it didn't make much sense. In fact, when I go back and redo that series in a year or two, and I'm going to make each of those videos very independent. I'm going to switch around the order. Basically, I learned a lot about teaching those concepts in the Godot engine that I would like to apply to future videos. And that's going to start with making them quite a bit more independent. So those looping videos will come. They'll probably be the next videos that you see from me, but they're not really going to be tied to the videos that came before. So expect a different looking thumbnail. I also want to make some videos about project management and how to manage your game, as that's where my area of expertise is. I know that I just said that I got laid off from a job, but it wasn't because I sucked. It was because my division ran out of funding, and I had no control over that whatsoever. I don't think that there are enough good videos about video game project management out there. So I think that that might be something that I could, fill in a gap and help people with. Of course, I also want to make some more Godot-specific tutorials. There's so many out there that talk about the various systems and tools within Godot that are genuinely good. So I don't feel there's as big of a gap in those types of tutorials right now, which is why I haven't done it yet. But I want to. I also want to make some videos around art. My expertise is in 2D pixel art. I do have experience in 3D as well, but that's another place where I think there's a really big gap. I can't count the number of videos for beginner art that I've dove into, and then about 5 minutes in, they forget that they're talking to beginners. And so I feel that that's a gap that I could also potentially fill. And yeah, I have a couple of different ideas for making series. I would absolutely adore if I could make a career out of making Udemy courses. I love teaching. I love doing this. Whew, that's just not happening right now, though. And of course, there are a few places where I've replied to comments and I said, hey, if y'all have any ideas of something that I can help you with, that will, help you in your own game, let me know. If it's something that I can jam out a video real quick on, I am all about feedback. I am all about helping you as the viewers. Video games are so crazy. So many people need to know different aspects. Some things connect, some things don't. And yeah, tutorials on YouTube can get really confusing sometimes. Am I the only one that gets sick of tutorials having to do with networking, starting you off with building a giant lobby that will have nothing to do with your game and they don't explain why they're putting things in the place they're putting them in? Yeah, I'm tipping my hand. It'll be a few months, but I am definitely going to have a video on networking for you guys. And integrating with Steam. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to get a video out so that folks that see that I haven't uploaded in a couple of weeks don't think I'm abandoning the channel. For those who are starting to give my website traffic, sorry, nobody really goes there, so I didn't update it, but it's starting to tell me that people are going there. So I'm gonna spend some time, making that look a lot nicer too. I've also got my own personal project, which is coming along great. That's a project where I had to move 3 years worth of functionality out of Unity into Godot, and I am coming close to a point where I can start to show that off and do some devlogs, and that will be really fun. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for viewing my channel. Thank you for the positive feedback and even the negative feedback. I need to hear some of that. And thank you just for letting me rant for a little bit. I am going to continue to drink my hot bean water for a little bit and get motivated to get out in the world and try some new things. And at the end of my videos, when I say the best to you and yours, I truly mean it. The best to you and yours. Life is hard, and everyone deserves a little bit of positivity. So, the best to you and yours. I sincerely, bottom of my heart, cannot wait to see y'all again. Take care.